Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back, y'all. Listen, some things went down in Houston. The hurricane swept through and I'm just mentally exhausted. So let's just get right into all these back reviews. Let's just get into it if we gonna get into it, honey. We ain't even gonna do no intro. Let's just jump right into the Real Housewives of Dubai. This is season 2, episode 6, Deserted Friendships. When the episode first opens up, Taleen is still upset that Brooks won't argue with her at this table. Girl, hang it up. Okay, hang it the hell up. If you feel away, just don't mess with her no more. That's the bottom line. Because right now, it feels like you're just looking for a moment. You wanted to say it at the table so the other ladies could join in on jumping on Brooks. Well, no. So then I directly called this one. Girl, we don't give a damn. Lisa asks, well, what was the fight about? Taleen starts telling this story. Caroline says, well, I didn't say it in that way. Now, remember I told y'all last review that just because she said she didn't say it in that way does not mean that she didn't say it. It's giving plain with semantics. Okay. And y'all ain't fooling me. Caroline, you did say it. Lisa, you did transfer it. Brooke, you did put some zhuzh on it. Taleen, girl, goodbye and good night. Moving forward. So then she says to Stanbury not to call her and make it seem like that's the way that she was saying it when she knows that she didn't say it that way. So Brooke said, well, girl, you did ask me to tell you if people were talking about you. Taleen then wants to say, well, Brooks, can you take accountability for anything? Don't try to skip over the fact that you asked to know what was said. Okay, you wanted to know what people were saying. We're not going to overlook that because it's Brooks. And I know a lot of people like to overlook the small things, but y'all know I give a whole lot of detail. Okay, in a way that my attitude is set up right now, I'm not in the mood to be playing with Taleen and it's BS. Okay, girl, you knew exactly what you were doing when you did it. Neither one of y'all are innocent. That's just that on that. And Ayan ain't making it no better talking about, ooh, Caroline, Taleen is really choosing you. Oh, over Brooks. Ma'am, please. We do not have time for this right now. Meanwhile, Stanbury is taking it all in, baby, because this is everything that she wants. Sarah is trying to mediate. Sarah, fall back. Brooks is like, I'm just over it, basically. She don't want to be bothered. Taleen is getting annoyed because Sarah is inserting herself. Stanbury said, it's like you've got your hand up her butt, moving her mouth. So now everybody's like, why is Sarah speaking for Brooks? And I'm trying to figure out the same dang on thing. She said, no, I got my hand up her heart. How about that? Girl. Girl gone. I don't have time for this. Girl gone. Now Stanbury is annoyed like I have been with Sarah this whole dang on season. She said, no. You're like, come on, Brooks. What do you need, Brooks? What do you mean, Brooks? So everybody's at the table kind of laughing at it. Meanwhile, Brooks is just sitting there looking like she's sedated. Taleen and Ayan are in the back cackling. Do you hear me? I'm talking about chuckling it up. So now they're going back and forth and back. Stanbury is telling her to shut up. Sarah is saying, you shut up. You're dressed in designer from head to toe, but you're classless. Oh, shut up, Sarah. You're pathetic. So, baby, they all having a full-on fight. Do you hear me? They going back and forth and back. And what I'm trying to figure out is, when did Sarah become so enamored with Brooks? Because she hated her and called her a bad parent last season. And don't think I forgot. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of lines that you can cross with me. But calling out my parenting on national TV would be one that you could not come back from with me. I would handle you with a long-handled spoon. Don't come round my way. Because why are you talking about my parenting? Even though we can see it, we don't need you to say it. Now, maybe she latched on to Brooks because Nina left. That's what it's giving me. Because, you know, Nina was here last season. Nina and Sarah were kind of in their own little world. And then you had Ayan and Lisa, they were over here. And because Ayan didn't really care for Stanbury based on what Brooks said, because Brooks is always trying to cause a divide, Brooks was over here with Stanbury. So now that Taleen has come and Brooks thought, okay, I have an ally, she is now against Stanbury for whatever reason. But baby, Taleen done jumped ship quicker than one of them Real Housewives of Atlanta can change their wigs, child. She was gone. Do you hear me? Now, Stanbury was being 100% real when she called Sarah a hypocrite. Because I do feel like Sarah is being hypocritical. Because, girl, you were not like this last season. Sarah's like, well, you know, Stanbury, you just drunk. She said, no, I'm not drunk, but I wish that I were. So now they're talking to each other real crazy. Lisa does not know why Stanbury is getting all worked up. Girl, are you mad because your minions aren't following suit? Sarah said, you know, it's funny that I'm a hypocrite now. But when I was defending her, I wasn't a hypocrite. She just wants everybody to fall in line, and that ain't gonna work for me. So Sarah gets up because she wants to take a walk. And Brooks is like, oh, I'll go with you. Caroline said, yeah, go hold hands or whatever it is y'all gonna do, child. Go on over to the side. Lisa, Brooks, and Sarah, they go over to the side, and Brooks wanted to bring up what was said at iftar. Girl, not you trying to deflect and bring it back to Lisa. Because we wasn't even talking about that. We talking about you and Taleen and this fight she trying to orchestrate. Now all of a sudden we over here with Lisa. Lisa then repeats what Ayan told her that was being said at iftar about her having problems at home, asking if she had problems because she was being snappy. So Sarah was like, no, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean privately. Like, I wasn't asking like that. Like, it's normal for us to ask questions about your home life and things like that, but I wasn't asking in that way. Everybody ain't asking in that way. She ain't talking in that way. She ain't asking in that way. Everybody put it the way you want it to be perceived. Okay? Don't piss me off. And speaking of, y'all watch Dubai. Dubai is really good this season. It's really picking up. Now, don't get me wrong. I almost fell asleep on that first and second episode. But baby, once that third episode hit, the heifers are clocking in. Y'all got to give them a chance. We can't just be stuck in Potomac and Atlanta land and Beverly Hills and OC and Jersey forever. Give them a chance. So just give them a chance. Watch the show. Watch the reviews. Pass it on. Tell somebody who knows somebody who gonna tell somebody. Moving forward. So they go back over to sit at the table. And so Sarah brings it up. Ayan said, you know, Lisa is my best friend. So if you say things about her and about her home life, you know, I'm going to say something because you said something about her that made me uncomfortable. She said, you said something about her having problems at home and it felt weird. Lisa said, yeah, the at home part is what I didn't like. Here go Taleen, because you know she want to be in with the in crowd. It feels marital. You wouldn't say anything if it wasn't Sarah, because you know that Sarah and Brooks are cool. Girl, fall back. This ain't even about you. Now, it felt like to me that she was asking about marital issues, because if someone says you're having trouble at home, she's saying it means something different to her. But to Lisa, it comes off as you're saying something must be up in your marriage because you've been snappy. Like, come on now. Is your home life okay? That implies that something is going on with her marriage. I would feel a way too, asking my best friend about my marriage. Girl, don't ask my best friend nothing about me, because she ride at dawn. If you want to know anything, you need to call and ask me. So Lisa said, well, you know, I trust Ayan. This is what she's saying in her confessional. So if she said that it was said in a shady way, then it was. Period. Honey, period, dot. I know that's right. But Lisa, also I want to say this. You need to double check though, because Ayan gets lost in translation at times. But this time she got it right. Okay, this time she got it right. So I ain't gonna hold nothing against her, but you just check. Just make sure you check. Child, just make sure you check. So Saba is telling Lisa, it was said with love. It really wasn't like that. I wish that you were there so you can hear it for yourself. Taleen caught on that Brooks deflected. She's like, yeah, Brooks just went and deflected the whole situation. So nobody is talking about our issue anymore. Girl, y'all issue is not even an issue. Y'all talked. You brought it to her. Brooks paid you dust. You've been ignored. You're bringing it back here today. Like, you were waiting for them to gang up on her and it didn't work. And that's why you're mad. Let's just call a thing a thing. Now, I know people don't like Brooks, and I'm no Brooks fan, okay, at all. But I have to call things like I see it. And Taleen is a social climber and a clout chaser. That's what it's giving me. Because if my best friend of 10 years brought me on a show, you best believe I am not going to let something so minute as her playing a game of telephone come in between our relationship. It looks as though you just wanted a reason to jump ship. Let's be very for real. Okay, and as this episode goes on, it even further lets me know that you could not wait to be over here with them so you could leave her behind. Taleen was so mad nobody was talking about her and Brooks. Girl, goodbye and good night. Moving forward. In the next scene, Lisa and Ayan meet up for coffee. Lisa, you got on flats, girl. Is everything okay at home? When I saw her walking there with them sandals on, I said, baby, not flat sandals. Let me tell y'all something. I love me a pair, as my grandmother would say, high heels. I love some high heel shoes. So when I used to wear heels to high school every single day. Okay. That is what I was known for, baby. I was going to have them heels on. If I wore a pair of sneakers, then you knew that either I woke up late, something wasn't right, my boyfriend and me done had a fight, honey, something is not right in my world. Because I'm not going to have on no tennis shoes for no reason. Okay. It's just never going to work for me. Now in adulthood, I have a vast selection of nice sneakers because, you know, the mom and me can't be walking around in my stilettos 24 hours a day. But that's how I knew something was wrong. So, baby, what's going on here? So they sit down, they start talking about the Brooks and Taleen thing. And Ayan said it right. She said she was having an issue with Brooks, so she went to Stanbury. And that's sickening. Taleen is thinking they with her, but baby, they see how disloyal you are. And they know that you cannot be trusted. Ayan said that was sickening to me. I would never do that to you. Because she's speaking to Lisa. Lisa said I would never do that either. Child, the table's going to turn here soon. Then they move on to Sarah. Lisa said, you know, it really triggered her what Sarah was saying about her home life because her husband said to her that she's always too tired for sex. And now she's wondering if she's being a good wife or if she's being a crappy wife. And she doesn't even know who she is anymore. Like the boys need her. Mina Rowe needs her. It's growing a lot. She said then her mom told her, you need to make sure you have a backup plan in case Rich ever were to leave. And she's like, I told her Mina Rowe is my backup plan and I pray that he doesn't leave. So now she's getting emotional. Ayan is sitting there like, oh my gosh. It's so hard on ambitious women. It really is. We want to make our mark, but we also want to wear many other hats. And I feel like we want to be the best friend we can be. We want to be the best mom that we can be, the best spouse that we can be. But we also want to reach our goals. So it's just unfair that we have to worry about our partners leaving if we take on too much. I really do feel bad for Lisa. It's hard juggling everything. Hell, it's just me and my son and it's YouTube. And I'm still up here like, okay, I need to figure out how I can put these reviews out without taking time from my son. Because when I'm with him, I'm answering comments or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's just really hard. So yeah, and child, these storms taking over every 5 minutes. I got PTSD. This is traumatic as hell. It's just me in the house. All the responsibility in every single decision falls on me. It is a lot. So I can only imagine what she's going through. Ayan was like, you know, I'm just really worried. And I feel like you need to give yourself a break. So the producer was asking Lisa if she felt like Rich would ever leave. And she was like, you know, I don't know what anybody would ever do. She feels like she's mentally exhausted, not only emotionally, mentally, and physically. Ayan said, well, I'm mentally always on break, so I can deal with so much. Maybe not you being mentally on break, honey. Moving forward. In the next scene, Caroline and Sergio and his family, they're at the house. They're eating. Caroline is telling them that she needs Sergio to get some friends. Okay? Because her 17-year-old is fighting for her attention. Between her other kids, and Sergio, like, it's just too much. And that's not healthy to be codependent. I know loving your wife is great. Don't get me wrong. Love on your wife. But don't make her your idol. Like, a little time apart, that's going to do y'all some good. Then she'll have a chance to miss you. She can't miss you because you all up her butt every 2 seconds. That is not healthy. And where are your friends? I ask that every time I watch this franchise. So his mom is trying to tell him, you need to find other things to do. Okay? So he's like, you know, I just miss the old Caroline. I miss the way she was when we first got together. So he starts telling her about them having a baby in the next year. And his mom is telling him, okay, y'all have time. But truth be told, they don't have too much time. Caroline does not have time like that. She knows what she's doing by stalling. But see, this is why you should have married someone closer to your age. Like, these are things y'all need to be talking about. I understand, but I don't understand selfish love. I don't understand getting in a relationship and marrying someone who wants certain parts of me that I cannot offer. I know as I get older and I know the things that I want and I know what I can offer a man. I don't want to be married again. I'm not bending on that. I don't want to ever be married to another man. I don't ever want to live in the same home with another man. And I do not at a certain age feel like I'm going to be able to have more children. So I have to know going in that this person is okay with these things. And people wake up and change their minds every day, B. Like, you really have to be careful what you do when you get into a relationship. Caroline, you're selfish. And Sergio, you didn't think this through. Now, his mom thinks it's time for them to connect. And she's like, I don't see Caroline with the baby. Child, Caroline don't see Caroline with a baby. Okay. He said, no, mom, not yet. No, baby, not at all. Just like your mom said, not at all. Caroline does not want a baby. Her child is about to go off to college. You think when I'm almost done, I want to start over? Oh, no, ma'am. Sergio was basically saying the only thing that's missing with Caroline is them having a baby because he has a big family back in Spain and, he just really wants to have this child. Now, I feel for Sergio because he really wants a baby to complete his family. And I think that he just wants a child with Caroline so he can feel like they have something together. Because he ain't got no say over the mother kids. Baby, the mother kids be clawing and scratching his eyes out. Okay? He ain't that much older than them. But he wants someone that's actually going to listen to him. Because if you think about it, Stanbury ain't listening to Sergio. Okay? And that's just that on that. Them children are not listening to Sergio. You not my daddy, honey. So they're not listening to him. He wants someone that's going to make him feel like he has a say-so. Something that's all his, that he can love, and someone that will love him back. I don't know if it's going to come from Stanbury, honey. Because here we are this was 2 years ago or something, child. And y'all still ain't got no baby? Maybe in your next marriage. Moving forward. In the next scene, Ayana's at home and she's FaceTiming her sister. She's checking on everybody back home, her mom, seeing how everything is in Africa. She said that she talks to her sister every day, and that's like her second mom. So she's coming to Dubai for Ayan's beauty launch, and Ayan is so excited. And I think it's so sweet to see her so happy about seeing her sister and being together. Her brother is also coming from London. She looks just like her brother. Like they look like they could be twins. I said, oh, she looks just like her brother. Baby, her sister is ready to party. She was like, I can't wait to come so we can turn up. Honey, I know that's right. Get your party on, sis. Ayan is getting emotional because she just loves her sister and how she supports her. And she said they came closer after her female circumcision. That's how they got closer. And that's just somebody that she has this undeniable bond with. And I love the fact that she's very close with her sister. I really do. It was a very sweet moment. I can't wait to see her sister actually come so we can see them together in Dubai getting jiggy with it. Over on the other side, speaking of family, Brooks and her mom and her son are at her business, the Glass House. So they come in, they're ordering some drinks. She's telling her mom about her son's attitude at this age, and her mom is telling him that Brooks used to be shy and now she's bossy. So Brooks is wondering if his attitude is because he doesn't have siblings, because they're like totally different. And when she was that age, it was totally different for her. Her son said, well, I know I'm never going to have any more siblings. That's dead. She's like, how do you know that? Did you have a conversation with your dad about that? Maybe he wants more kids. He said, well, maybe I did. So then she says to him that he talks to his dad more than he talks to her. Ma'am, the little boy doesn't feel the closeness. He only 10, y'all. Y'all should have a closer bond than that. I don't know if it's just me and what I feel should go on at 10, but why is it so distant? It's like he's 16 already. He said he doesn't talk to her because she shows up at home at 10 p.m. So she's explaining to him that it takes a lot to take care of him because the life that he's living is provided solely by her, and she does not have a choice. She has to work hard for what they have. He said he knows that she works hard, for him and to give him nice things, but I don't know. Maybe the attitude is rubbing off, because what my mom used to tell me? She used to say that your children will be a direct reflection of what you were when you were a child to your parents. So my son is very sensitive, very loving, very caring. And that's how I was. I never hardly got in trouble. My sister's daughter, she's very rebellious, just like her mama. So maybe he's getting, the little attitude from you, Brooks. Maybe he get it from his mama. Maybe that's what's going on. Now, I think it's work, but it's also the relationship that you've built thus far, because kids don't require much, and they don't even care about having all the things. We think we got to give them all the things. And have y'all ever noticed, like, when your child was smaller and Christmas time will come around and you spend all of this getting Santa together to give them all the great things, and then they want to play with the box because they don't require much. Like, they don't care about that. They just want the quality time. And you better do it now before he becomes a real teenager, baby. Then you can't turn back the hands of time. I'm just saying. Over on the other side, Sarah is at home, and for some reason, her son keeps randomly twerking. Baby, what has he been watching? He said he wants to set a world record for twerking. Okay. I don't know exactly what he's watching, what he's being exposed to, but a world record for twerking. Okay. So Akeem comes walking through the door, right? And she's like, say something to him. Ma'am, you need to say something and stop subjecting him to so much adult content. Child, she want this man to be his daddy so bad. Where's his father? Got this man coming in trying to lay the law down. You don't even know this man yourself. They've been doing family things together, she said, going out, going to restaurants, going to events. And she says she feels like there's potential there. So they sit down and talk, and the little twerker, he's gone upstairs. So Sarah is telling him that she told her mom about him, and she yelled out, "Oh my gosh, number 3. Now, I don't know if I believe that her mom said that, because I feel like Sarah is trying to manipulate her way into a relationship and a marriage with this man. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. She did turn around and say if she introduces him to her family, then they go together. But she wants to know how he feels about it, because her mom feels like she picks relationships that are bad for her. She's like, I just want to know how you feel. She said, I see a future. He said, I see a future too. She said, what kind of future? I need specifics. Like what? He said a relationship, getting married, things like that. This is what I would have not wanted to know. But to whom? Like, you're saying, yeah, I see a relationship. I see marriage. I see London. I see France. I see your underpants. Like, yeah, we hear all that. But who exactly do you want to get married to? Because, baby, a pair of lips will say anything. So she's asking him how he sees the man in the marriage. She wants to know because she wants a provider, even financially, because she is taking care of the men that she was with in the past. Girl, not you footing the bill. Say what now? He said, okay, if the man is the sole provider, then he has the most say, right? She said, well, in Islam, the man is the provider, but they both have say. They're both people. He said, so, okay, I pay for everything and I'm not in control. Oh, baby, see, this is not going to work. Because he already letting you know what it is. He's letting you know, if I pay, then I say what it is. Okay, if I pay, then I have all the say, and you don't have any say in what is going on. She said, well, I don't feel like there's any control. Like, it should be open communication. He's like, yeah, I agree. That man is not there. Okay, he's not there. He's there to be on TV, but he is not where you want him to be. And also, this man does not want to pay for everything. That's just that on that. Sarah got in a confessional and said that her dad provided everything and her mom's check was just her money. Now, that's how my mom and dad are as well. But baby, that's old school. That's like finding a needle in a haystack. If you can find one of them, it's like a unicorn. Please let me know, because they don't make them like that no more. Akeem is telling her that he can wait only if it's exclusive. But if she's dating other people, then he cannot wait for her because he doesn't like to share. So I guess they're exclusively friends. Child, I don't know what they doing. But what I do know is he is not about to be that child's stepdaddy. Okay, so you're going to have to handle that twerking on your own. Moving forward. In the next scene, Caroline and her daughter are out to dinner. And so she's asking about the college tour because she was unable to go because of all the things around the house. She said, of course, Sergio was happy that she couldn't go. Baby, there is no way on God's green earth that I would have missed my baby's college tour. And you sitting here saying that Sergio was happy? That's disgusting. That's just yucky. She said, well, my favorite school that I went to visit was in Miami, but I did enjoy UCLA as well. Everybody loves them some Miami, honey. How can you not? Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Child, I just love Miami. Do you hear me? So Caroline is talking to her about, spending time together. And so she's asking if she feels like she prioritizes her. She said no. Caroline said, well, there is 3 of you. She said, you don't prioritize any of us over Sergio. I know that's right, honey. Clock it. Because see, she tried to play on this here camera, trying to act like I'm just so overwhelmed. There's so many of you. Baby, you don't prioritize any of them, according to your daughter. And that's an awful feeling to know that your kids feel left behind because you give more attention to a man. Absolutely not. Her daughter feels like Sergio isn't her dad, and she does not like when he tries to step in with parenting them. So Caroline is saying that it takes time. But according to the daughter, there was no time because the daddy left out the front door and Sergio came in the back door. So it's not about time because she didn't give them any time to adjust. Now, girl, your daughter is really putting out all your tea. Okay, she is really spilling all your tea. What is this? Caroline says rushing to be in a relationship with Sergio was her biggest regret because the panorama kind of rushed their relationship because he was locked down there and they got stuck together in quarantine. But let the record show, okay, let's be very clear. She had already grown apart from their dad and they were already getting a divorce. So Sergio didn't break up nobody's home. Okay, grown apart or not, your kids deserved to adjust. You cannot just spring a new man on them because he had to shelter in place. No, ma'am. That's not fair to them. If you and Sergio were in a relationship, he would have to quarantine someplace else. Knowing Sergio, honey, he probably would have dug a hole in the ground and ended up in her bedroom. That's how attached he wants to live in her skin. I don't know what she done did, honey, what kind of pheromones she got over there. But baby, Sergio loves every bit of it. But he still needs to stay in his damn place till these kids adjust. And that's just that on that. Because her daughter feels like she prioritizes Sergio over them. And she feels like if anybody spoke to her the way that Sergio does, it would be a different story when it comes to their mom. Because it takes two to argue. And Stanbury always yells at her and doesn't say anything to him. Now, first of all, Sergio shouldn't be damn arguing with them kids to begin with. He needs to only communicate his frustrations to Caroline. Because the thing is, he's not much older than them. So the communication can get lost. Yes, they need to respect him. Don't get me wrong. You need to respect. Everybody just needs to respect each other in the house, period. Okay, that's just the bottom line. But no, you don't need to be arguing back and forth with my children. No. So Caroline said, it breaks her heart, but there's not a step parent that's ever been welcomed by the family. So when there's an argument, it's always his fault. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. There are plenty of people that get married and then the transition is smooth because the children had a time to get to know them. They had time to adjust. So don't blame it on that. There needs to be clear boundaries set, and you need to take accountability for how you introduce this man to these kids. Change is hard on kids, and it really should be handled with care. That's why, the saying, handle with kid gloves, because that's something big. They love their father. So to see what they've always known dissipate, and then all of a sudden, here comes Sergio, honey, 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 and the panorama is breaking out around. Baby, that's too much. That's too much, honey. Get it together or leave it alone. In the next scene, Taleen is at home with the family, right? So her dog, Coco, passed away. Rest in peace, Coco. She's telling them that she sent out a text and the only women to reach back out were Ayan, Stanbury, and Lisa. She's like, Brooks didn't. I mean, a dog just died. How can you not reach out? Ma'am, please. It's not funny. But the way a dog died. Girl, Kim, people are dying, Kim. Ooh, child, this is a fool. Ma'am, please get a grip. I understand that Coco was a part of your family. I get that. And I understand that people love their animals and their pets like they are a part of their family. I totally get it. So that was no disrespect, no shade to you. But baby, the way you said that was hilarious to me. And as your so-called BFF, she should have reached out to you. Okay. But then again, you have to realize that you did ambush her at that lunch. So I don't know what you really expected. But I feel like you said that a little bit dramatic for me. Okay. You want a problem at this point. Because I didn't hear you say Sarah's name either. And you ain't saying nothing about Sarah. I just feel like you want a problem. Her husband was like, okay, you guys always argue about frivolous stuff and then you're right back together. It's going to be fine. So her sister is telling her that Brooks is showing an unhinged side of herself. Child, Brooke been unhinged. Are they really friends? Because anybody that knows her, just looking from her from season 1, you can see that she's unhinged. Taleen said, well, I mean, this is the longest that we haven't spoken. We haven't spoken in like a week. And I sent Brooks a text saying happy birthday to Adam and she didn't even respond. So if she doesn't respond, I'm not going to his birthday party. How y'all friendship fall apart in 48 hours? We're on episode 6. It took y'all 3 to 5 business days to fall apart. I don't feel like you're a good friend, Taleen. This is not giving that serious. That game of telephone didn't give that serious. So it's just, to me, it seems like you want a problem and you want to sit in the problem so you have an excuse to get over there with Stanbury. Just get over there. You don't have to do all this. Over on the other side of Dubai, it's Adam's 11th birthday. Okay, happy birthday. Brooks is having a birthday party for her son. There's all types of over-the-top activities. There's archery. There's kayaking, baby, this, that, and this and a. His dad is there. And, of course, Brooks is brooksing. So the ladies start to arrive. Sarah and Lisa, they brought their boys. They started talking about the over-the-top parties that the kids have in Dubai. Baby, they do that here in the States too. And I'm telling you right now, when I get the coin, they gonna make up in our size when I get the coin, honey. Because I am not going to spare any expense about my baby and his birthday. Okay, that's like a holiday. What? Baby, if I had it, I'd be doing the same thing. So I ain't gonna say nothing about it, okay? Please splurge on your children's if you got it. So Lisa sits down with them and she's asking about Taleen. Brooke said, well, my PA invited her, but she didn't see her name on the list as having RSVP'd, so I guess she ain't coming. Brooke said, look, I'm not engaging in BS on my son's birthday. So if she doesn't come, it's cool. Okay? No, thank you. While they talking about this over here at the party, Stanbury comes over to Taleen's house. Now, mind you, this is the day that the party is going on. So Taleen knew she had no plans on going to this party. We find out via footage that Taleen and Stanbury have become fast friends. Baby, they so close. Caroline was crawling into the bed with Taleen's husband after a night out of drinking. Now, she was just being funny and getting in the bed and talking about it's going to be the best night of your life. Baby, when Sergio sees this, he is going to have a damn fit. You already know that he's unhinged. And why would you do that? Like, you already know how he is. But it all makes sense to me, y'all. It does. I told y'all that Taleen wanted to be Caroline's BFF and not Caroline Brooks. She wanted the Caroline, but it wasn't Brooks. Now that she's being accepted, she's nitpicking everything that Brooks does. Every single thing. And I thought it was very ironic that Stanbury had jumped in bed with Taleen's husband. Because, baby, if y'all had been over on the Twitter and put in hashtag RHO Dubai, then you would see that Brooks had revealed, because it's Mad Day, okay? Mad Day has arrived, that they be flip-flopping women in and out their bed. Who said that? Shout out to the sex dungeon. Shout out to Portia. Shout out to Candy. Baby, this is a fool. Back at the birthday party, Sarah and Brooks are talking about Taleen and Stanbury hanging out. But back over here with Caroline and Taleen, she's like, I'm just giving Taleen a chance because Brooks tried to keep us apart. So that makes me like her even more. Oh, okay. So a friend to her out of spite. What a wonderful foundation. And that was the end of the episode. Listen, y'all, this is giving the lightheartedness that y'all claim y'all want. When y'all claim that Potomac and all the other heifers get too dark, come on over here to the light side, the bright side. They fighting over absolutely nothing. Taleen is giving Jersey realness. Sarah is giving desperate for a man. Are you my daddy? Honey, she giving dashiki realness. You got Caroline Stanbury, who thinks she runs the girls. Ayan is just Ayan, fashions, honey. A housewife show with fashions. That's what Ayan is giving. Then you have Brooks. And I mean, she's Brooks. And that's just that on that. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I know it's so dang on late, child. Doesn't even really matter. But it matters to my channel because I have to keep this thing afloat. So y'all watch the video. Watch it again. Tell somebody who knows somebody. And catch up on all of my other reviews coming out after this one. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.